Thursday, October 31st. The city streets are crowded for the holiday, even with the rain. Hidden in the chaos is the element. Fear is a tool. They think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Riley Reviews, back again with an unboxing and review, and today is going to be a fun one because it is Thursday, October 31st. Alright, I think everyone would go crazy if I whispered throughout this video, but I have just received TOPO Studios Drifter outfit. If you didn't know, this was a pre-order that came out this month actually, and fortunately enough, the turnaround time was super fast because this is just an outfit set for the Drifter, if you didn't know, from the Batman franchise, and a ton of figure collectors, including myself, wanted to have this Drifter representation on the shelf, and we are finally going to find out how it turned out because TOPO is very hyped around the community for their costume sets. They have a great reputation, so I'm super excited to open this up. Now, this is a special video for me because I am a massive 2022 Batman fan. Like, it's pretty bad. I'm building like a shrine at this point. And to all the Batman fans watching out there, I hope I make you proud with this one. And I want to see y'all show up and go crazy in this video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. It's Halloween day. Peak has just arrived. Let me know what you're going to be doing at night and your thoughts on this clothing set. Let's get to it. Okay, now I'm starting with the box here. 10 out of 10 presentation first off, because this is pretty classy. I mean, this set is very affordable, honestly, and you can actually still buy this on 1/6 Kit. Shout out to him for shipping out this for me. I have left a link in the description below to order this set, as well as a $10 off coupon when using code Riley at checkout. But yeah, this is all very new to me because this is the first clothing set I've ever bought, so let's get all the accessories out and take a close look at the details. So here's everything you're getting with this TOPO set. They also included a motorcycle helmet, but that is a separate SKU and hasn't released yet. But I have that on order. Hopefully that will come out soon. Would have preferred it all together, but it is what it is. For $96 and a body included, this is not too bad. I need to see the bandages though, because a lot of people had concerns. I think the pre-order showed him with John Wick, like a ring hand. They're just reusing hands from another figure, but honestly, these aren't too bad. The detailing isn't that great. I do like the weathering though around the bandages, but the hands themselves aren't painted too well. But honestly, for the price, I think these are totally fine. Now moving to the boots, which are actually pretty well done, to be honest. I think the laces are really cool. The top part is kind of a separate piece, so you can play with it a bit. But yeah, they're detailed pretty nicely. They have subtle weathering on the bottom. There is no seam for extra articulation, but that wasn't really expected. And might I say, people were right about the quality of TOPO's outfits because these are really well done. The only complaint I have is that they're very clean. This is the Drifter outfit, so he's definitely been through these slums of Gotham. I definitely want to attempt at weathering the clothing myself. I've never done it before, so maybe someone in the comments can help me out. But yeah, the detailing and the intricacies of the outfits, it looks like it's like a 1-for-1 outfit just shrunk down to 1/6. And this may be the best 1/6 scale flannel I've ever owned because there is actually magnets in the buttons so you can have it all set and flush. That is just so intricate and well done by TOPO. Something that many, including myself, will struggle with is futzing this outfit to make it look as clean as possible. And these included details are super helpful. And this is the undershirt that goes under the flannel, which is also pretty clean. And I'm gonna need a fit check from Bruce because which Gotham store did he hit? You can't tell me this man doesn't have good style. But you can see the intricacies, the stitching is really nice, and this puffer jacket is so dope. You can even see the zipper, which is an actual working zipper. And for someone trying to be the shadows, maybe choose a different color next time. But I'm not complaining. I love the look of it. It also has the TOPO brand on the top. I found that to be pretty neat. But like I said before, just wish there was a little bit more weathering here. It does look pretty clean. The backpack and hat accessories were really nice to include. I'm glad it has this. You can actually open it up like a functioning backpack and put whatever you want in there, the bat suit. You also get the cover for his mouth, which I believe is called a balaclava. No stitches around this one, so you're gonna have a nice and seamless look. You also get these wires, which honestly, I'm not sure how to install myself, but from what I was told, it goes to the bottom of the outer jacket and inner jacket. Here's just another look at the open hands without the bandages. Again, they're not really like totally accurate to Bruce Wayne's hand because they look a little like old and wrinkly, to be honest, but the detailing is kind of nice. You can see some vein work around the hands and it's pretty decent. Now what's cool about this set is that it comes with the clothes and you can add the additional outer body. That way you can actually have a functioning figure. And seeing an open naked body here is just kind of weird, honestly. Like, it's creeping me out. I need to get the clothes on ASAP. But I'm going to show the articulation, which is pretty decent, honestly. The body does feel like a tad cheap. You are paying, I think, like $10 to $20 for this open body, so I wasn't really expecting that to be that good, but it honestly has a pretty good range of articulation. The only thing that concerned me is the ankles feeling a little bit loose when I had him standing in my light box, but overall, you're not really going to do Spider-Man poses, so as long as you have a sturdy body, you'll be okay. But let's move on to the adapter, which so many people have asked me, does this work with the INART? Does this work with the Hot Toys? Which looks better? And we're going to get into that right now. So for those who don't know, TOPO, when they announced this pre-order, was stating that this works with the Hot Toys sculpt, but they were very quiet on if this would work with the INART. And I'm happy to say that they did include what you can see right here is an INART head sculpt adapter, because it is obviously different to the Hot Toys one. But if I'm being completely honest, it is very cheaply done. It's just a clear hose. INART adapters are supposed to be attached magnetically, but the simple solution for TOPO here would be to get a plastic hose. That way you can kind of slide it onto it and have it stuck in place. But the problem is that it doesn't really fit too well on the INART sculpt. And I'm going to go further into this throughout the videos, so make sure to keep watching. But yeah, it isn't too ideal. But I do have both the Hot Toys and INART sculpts in hand, and we're going to showcase both throughout the video, and you can make your own decision on what fits best for you. You know, a 2022 fan such as myself had to come prepared. So let's not waste any more time and actually set the figure up. So as I was getting to the midpoint here, you can see that the tailoring and everything is sitting very nicely. Again, those metal buttons were a game changer, so I'm really glad TOPO included it. But yeah, so far so good. Okay, so here's the TOPO set, all set and done on the Hot Toys head sculpt, and I think this looks excellent. The tailoring, the way everything is sitting looks very nice. Keep in mind, I don't even have the wires installed here, so you can probably make it look even better. I know there were collectors who had concerns of the jacket looking a little too puffy. It may look maybe like 5% too puffy, but in reality, it's a puffer jacket, so I can live with the way it looks. It's not something that like I'm noticing and saying, oh, like it's too puffy. Like it looks totally fine. Again, everything is just sitting very promptly. For the amount of layers on this body, for it to actually look in proportion was very relieving to see. But what's so cool about this set, if you do have the Hot Toys version, you can take off the magnetic hair pieces on both. I know he's gonna look a little goofy right now. Bruce is bald and doesn't have the top of his head, but let's grab the actual hat and apply it onto this sculpt. That way you can complete that whole drifter outfit. Now, prior to this, I tried applying the hat with the messy hair and it wouldn't budge. Honestly, it's not a deal breaker because in the scene, it looks almost like all of his hair is in his hat anyways. So if you want to have the most accurate, I think actually having both hair pieces out makes even more sense. But yeah, I can't lie, I'm really digging this look. I mean, you're kind of covering the entirety of the sculpt, but that's kind of what it's made for, and it looks really clean like this. Something else I wanted to mention is that the backpack likes to ride up a lot, so make sure you're pushing it down. You can see right here, it's a little higher than where it's supposed to be, so make sure you do that when you got your figure set up. But posing him like this just takes me back to the movie and all the scenes when he was in the drifter outfit, and yeah, it's just really badass. One thing I love about the puffer jacket is that it actually has the open side pockets. That way you can rest the hands inside to almost look like he's walking in the shadows, and it just really completes that whole drifter look. And here's just another close-up of the head sculpt with everything applied. I wish we got more scenes of Bruce just exploring his Batcave and checking out his Batmobile such as this, but it was a nice little interpretation, and I just wanted to glorify this jazzing 2022 Batmobile because it is absolutely exquisite. And here's just a couple more poses with the Hot Toys head sculpt. I wanted to showcase that first because this TOPO set is clearly for the Hot Toys version. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, but in my eyes, if you have the Hot Toys version, the TOPO set is for you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the INART portion and how we can get this to work with the TOPO set. As mentioned prior, TOPO offers you this adapter, but like I said, it doesn't really fit in all too well. And if you want it to fit in perfectly, you're going to have to cut a piece of that plastic because you can see right here, when applying it on, it does fit on, but now it is sitting a little higher than where it should be. And once you apply it on, the neck is just way too long and the head just looks too small for the body. It was nice of them to include this free adapter, but yeah, it's not really executed too well. I kept trying to find ways to wedge it in, and I was just starting to get a headache, to be completely honest. So the easiest solution would be that you'd probably have to cut into that plastic hose and make it shorter, or ditch the hose entirely, get some blue sticky tack and just apply it onto the ball peg. But I didn't apply anything here, put the sculpt in fully, and you can see that it is still not completely proportionate. The neck just looks a tad too long, unfortunately, and since Hot Toys head sculpt is physically bigger, it doesn't give the INART sculpt any favors on the TOPO body, because like I said, the TOPO is made for the Hot Toys. And to be honest, I was a little bummed out by this, because TOPO is like our most accurate and best looking portrayal at Drifter, so I feel like it would have been in their best interest to make it as proportionate with the INART, because everyone wants to have the rooted version. I mean, it just looks 10 times better. I just personally feel that was a big missed opportunity. That said, you can still make it work. I mean, you can see right here, when you apply that mouth cover on the INART sculpt, it definitely helps with the proportions. It doesn't look like the neck is as long, and you can also tilt the head forward more while making the hood ride up a bit, and it definitely helps set that illusion. So I would say if you do have the INART sculpt, don't feel like you wasted your money. I mean, it definitely can still work. You can see it right here. To me, I'm not screaming at the screen right now that the head looks tiny as shit or the neck is too long. I think this just looks really badass and I'm happy with it. But that's a question I want to ask the people watching. Is the proportion standing out to you? Does it look off, or does it look too small, or the neck look too long? And it still bums me out so much because the rooted hair just sets this to a whole different level, and the fact that it's not perfectly proportioned is a little bit of a bummer. But as mentioned before, you can find solutions to this problem. You can Dremel the hole of the ball peg, you can slice that plastic covering like I said. There are definitely ways you can get this the most proportionate, but you're gonna have to put in the work. Unless you think the INART sculpt is the Beetlejuice meme like everyone says on Facebook. But yeah, the huge advantage with the INART is that it is rooted hair, so you can set the hairs in any place you want to make it look a little bit more accurate in specific scenes, while Hot Toys doesn't give you that same advantage with the sculpted hair. And again, tilting that head forward does make the proportions look better. That said, do you want to have Bruce looking straight down in your display? Maybe not, but like I said, with the INART, it does make it look a lot more proportionate. And right now, we're going to try and showcase the INART to the best capabilities with this Drifter outfit. And like I said, I'm really loving the way it looks on this figure. I know there are collectors out there who don't prefer rooted hair because it just leaves a mess and you have to maintain it. But for me, I just think it adds that next level of realism, especially for figures like this with messy hair. I don't want to be stuck to one set sculpted piece. But bro, do you understand how special it was to get this on Halloween week? I mean, could there be a more perfect time to receive this Drifter set? This is the one time we can say Thursday, October 31st. Do you understand that? All right, I sound like a complete loser. Let's move on. Here's a look at him with the mask covered down. And again, it's not too perfect proportioned, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But with that all said, let's move on to the figure comparisons, because we got Bruce. We got to get Batman out here. Okay, so I'm calling this comparison the INART Glaze section, because we got the INART the Batman here with the INART rooted Bruce Wayne sculpt on the Topo Drifter outfit. And I think this pairing is so fucking sick. I don't know, just having both of them sit in the light box looks super classy and clean looking. It's like a museum display and I am all for it. And I think it actually matches proportion wise. I didn't notice anything that looked too tall or shorter, but just seeing this, like we really won as 2022 fans in a figure standpoint, because damn, we got a Drifter, we got a Bruce, we got a Batman, we got a Batcycle, we got a Batmobile. Like, oh my God, we fucking won. Now here is the INART the Batman next to the Hot Toys Drifter combination, using obviously the Hot Toys head sculpt, and I think that this also looks fantastic. So for someone who wants to mix and match, I think this works perfectly fine with either company. Now here's the Hot Toys Glaze comparison with the Hot Toys the Batman and the Hot Toys Drifter combination. I think this also looks fantastic. Obviously going to both work well here because they're made from the same company. They're going to have these same type of proportions. And again, like I said before, look at how the Hot Toys scales with the Drifter outfit. Since the Hot Toys sculpt is physically bigger, it matches a lot better. Then you look at the other end, the INART one, I kind of have to hide it to make it look as good as possible. But like I said, you can futz it to your liking. But I think that's going to do it, you guys. Ultimately, the Topo set final verdict is that this Topo Drifter set is absolutely sensational for the price. For everything that it comes with, having it both compatible with the Hot Toys and INART, this is an absolute win for 2022 Batman figure collectors. Apart from some slight nitpicks like the no weathering on the clothes or the frustration with the INART adapter, I think this is levels above the present toys offering and a lot more accurate. But if you stayed this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Hopefully you have an amazing Holo weekend. Hit that like and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and take care. Peace out, guys.